Okay, think. Okay, think. I think now we are live. We'll start. I think we are ahead of the time, before time. Sorry, my bad. So let's wait for 6-7 minutes and then I will begin. Okay, hello, good evening, and welcome back again to Analytics with Anand. So today we are kick-starting off the mastering of ALTERYX tool, an ETL tool. Those who are joining, please be on mute. Please, we are live streaming this session. So kindly, whenever you join, please be on mute. Yeah. So I welcome you all to Analytics with Anand, mastering ETL sessions with me and EKTA CHANDAK. So course is commencing from today. All those who are watching live from YouTube or LinkedIn, if you want to enroll in this course, you can go ahead and check out the website analyticswithanand.in, or on the app. From there, you can buy it at flat $4.99. Course will be of 4 weeks. More details, syllabus and everything, Ekta ma'am is here, so she'll be talking very, very soon. So if you want to enroll in this course, go ahead and please enroll this. ALTERYX is a very, very versatile tool used by many companies for the extract, transform, and load thing, whichever we use in our day-to-day for a data engineer or for a data analytics or for a data scientist point of view. So if you are very new to ALTERYX, very new to ETL tool, this is the tool which you can take, and it will really help you in your career. These days, guys, data analytics is not just meant for SQL, Power BI and Tableau. इन सब चीजों से आज जॉब नहीं मिलने वाला है. You need a cloud technology. You need one ETL tool, because many times you will encounter while working in the analytics industry, if data engineer is not there, if the data is not flowing into the Power BI, if something has happened, so it's you who need to debug all of this. Right? That's the reason I have bought this course, so that we can train you properly, and then you can outshine in your career. Right? So I'll tell Ekta ma'am to throw some light on this ALTERYX tool. What are the topics which we're going to discuss? And then if you have any concern, any expectation, you can unmute yourself and you can let me know your expectation, what you are looking from this course. Okay? Yeah. So this is how it's going to be. Over to you, Ekta ma'am. I'll leave it to you. I'll make you a co-host where you can share your screen. 1 second. Okay. Regarding the syllabus and all, it's available on the, I'll also share, it's available on your app, and everything I have written here topic-wise. If any extra topic, suppose if it is left, we will add it here. So this is the syllabus which you can go through it. It's available on website also, and it's available on the app also, which you can go and have a look, right? Yes. Hello, everyone. Yeah, I'm leaving to Ekta, ma'am. Let me see. Yeah, ma'am, over to you. If you want to share screen and throw some light, all the floor is open for you all.
Thank you, Anand. So, a very warm good evening, all. So, we'll start with the ALTERYX session today. So, first of all, see how the job market is like day to day, right? It is getting automated, and the entire thing is getting automated. So, first of all, the need of various technologies is now emerging in the industry, whether it is Power BI, whether it is Tableau, whether it is SQL, whether it is ALTERYX, any technology, whether it is AI, whether it is ML, and now AI has came, artificial intelligence also. So we need to upgrade ourselves. Okay, we need to upgrade ourselves according to the industry benchmarks, and we need to go for that position, whether it is for data analyst. I'll share my screen. Let me know if my PPT is visible. So whether it is for data analyst, whether it is for data engineers, data scientists, or whether it is for any job profile, right? So the ALTERYX is very much important for your core skills. You have to build the skills in such a way that people will hire you. Okay, the people will hire you at any cost. Okay, so this is what, and you have to build the ALTERYX is not just about the ETL. It's not just about the extract, transform, and load, but it's all about how you can make meaningful insights from any data set. And the data set can be from any data source. It can be from the SQL server. Going further in the sessions, we would also look into how we can connect to different SharePoint data, how we can connect to the different data that are present in the SQL and henceforth. Okay. So how you can create wonders with the data, how you can create beautiful workflows with the data. So today's agenda would be, first of all, I'll discuss with you the syllabus of the whole training. So it's a 3 weeks training program. okay, on weekends, Saturday and Sundays, on evenings, and so that working people also can learn side by side and upgrade themselves. And what are the core certifications? The most important part is to get you certified in Alteryx. So getting certified in Alteryx is the most important thing. So what are the benefits of getting certified? And there is the first and foremost good news is like there is no cost involved in getting certified in Alteryx. It's a free course and it's a free certification. You can complete it and you can enroll into the Alteryx certification. So there are different certifications in Alteryx. So we will also discuss that and how we can and how we can accomplish those certifications with the help of this live training. Okay. And also we will touch upon one small case study. So that is the tax case study. It is related to the financial sector, the capital gains, how we can build a beautiful workflow with the help of that case study, and how we can, the main thing is how you can implement in your life projects, right? And is my screen is visible?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, it's visible.
Okay. So first of all, what is so how we can install the Alteryx? How we can install the Alteryx Designer 2020.4? Okay, you can upgrade to 2023 also. I'll tell you the steps part by wise, and I'll also share you the course material, this PPT and PDF also, and the installation guide that will help you to install the Alteryx into your respective systems. So there are four products for the Alteryx. So we have Alteryx Designer, we have Alteryx Server, we have Alteryx Connect, and we also have the Alteryx Promote. So there are different other options of saving the files and all. So Alteryx, like we have in Excel, the Excel can be saved in .xls file, right? .xls format. In the same way, the Alteryx Designer can be saved in .yxmd format. This is an extension name of the Alteryx Designer, and this is an extension name for the Alteryx Server, and this is an extension name for the Alteryx Connect. Okay, so we would be covering the Alteryx Designer in this course. If you have any questions, you can post into the chat box. Yeah. So what are the different tabs that are present in the Alteryx? We have different tabs also. We will look upon into this. We have different tools and concepts like importing the data, how we can import the data into Alteryx, how we can use different importing options and different data sources. The viewing part, getting a preview of your data, and then how we can export the data using an output tab. Okay, so how we can export the data, how we can comment on the data, and then we have different filtering options. Okay, and also we have the most important are the Alteryx data types. So Alteryx data types is very important. Then we also have the numeric data types. We'll touch upon all those slowly when we'll have an hands-on practice on it. So date and time data. Then we have the creating the calculations. We have separate formula pane. We have join, that is comes under preparation, transform to joins, combining the data transform. We have different running tool. How we can do sum and average. Okay. How we can prepare the data, organize the data in a more meaningful manner. How we can summarize, make groups of the data. This is an example of the live workflow that I've created few days back on a small data set. Okay, so that data set had very unnecessary columns and values, so I have to clean that data set. So then what is the process that involved in the Alteryx? So first we have to import the data set, then we have to transpose the data set and make sure the field. Okay, these are the four steps in the workflows in Alteryx. Okay. So we can transpose the data set, then make sure the fields are named correctly, and we can export the data set. And how we can make sure the fields are named correctly by selecting the select tool. We have different tools under Alteryx that will help us. We have different data cleansing tools that will help us to create different flows and diagrams. Okay. Then we can also remove the records if there are no, then we can, if there are no data set or no values are present in a row, then we have different other options. And then we have the browse tools. Also, we have different imputation tools, multi-field formula, or we can use multi-row, multi-field formula, text input, data cleansing. So this is a complicated workflow. So then we have the different other tools and concepts, the date and time, auto field. Then we have in and out, how we can browse the file from the directory with the visual layout. Okay. Then we have the workflow in it. Then we have append field and also allocate input, find and replace. And the most important is the calculation part and how you can make a, from the given data set, how you can find out the unique and distinct values using unique tool. These are the tools that are present. And where are this present? I'll open my ALTERYX. In my ALTERYX, you can see in the up preparation tab, I have these tools and technologies present. Okay. So we'll slowly go to the all the certifications also, and all the certifications including the installation part also.
Ekta, we are losing your voice. Just check your internet connection once, no?
See. So how we can bring in it? So these are some of the, yeah. 1 second. Is my
Yeah,
voice is audible now?
now it's audible. It was a bit crack in between. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So now we would be seeing the different other joins functions, how we can import the external data into the main database. And that's the end of the syllabus. So any doubts in the syllabus till now, feel free to ask me, and we would be covering, no need to get afraid. We would be covering a hands-on part of creating different workflows in ALTERYX. Okay. And also we would be covering different case studies. The most important thing is different case studies. How you can create workflow with the data sets of different industries. Any doubts till now? You can paste in the chat box. Okay. I'm getting answers, no doubts. Okay, great. So we'll begin with the first of all regarding the certification. So I would guide you regarding the certification. The most important part of conducting these classes is also getting you certified in ALTERYX, which is of course a free certification. You don't have to pay any cost and you can get certified with learning. Okay, so ALTERYX certification. So the different certifications that are in the ALTERYX are, you have different certifications. So this is the official website of the ALTERYX. Okay. And and also we have different certifications, like we have ALTERYX Foundation Micro Credential Certification. We have, I am officially ALTERYX Designer Course certified, which is although a mix of both data manipulation, data transformation, and also data preparation. So all these three combined makes together a designer course certification. Either you have various options. I will guide you like what are the certifications you should do. So first of all, when I started ALTERYX, I first appeared for this micro credential. This is a very basic, okay. ALTERYX Foundation questions are asked. So what are the questions that are asked in this ALTERYX Foundation? What are the different data sources that ALTERYX can connect to? What is the extension file name of ALTERYX? We all know that extension file name of ALTERYX. For your convenience, I'll type in between the notes in the chat box, so you can take down the notes. Okay.
We can't hear you, Ekta, if you're speaking.
No, I'm not speaking.
Actually, you're not speaking. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah. So you can take down the notes, like in between, I'll give you some of the notes. the extension name of ALTERYX is .yxmd. So these questions you can mark as important. This will be asked in your ALTERYX Foundation micro credential exams. Okay. So first of all, then you have other questions like what are the different data sources that ALTERYX can connect to. So I have the habit of giving notes in between the classes. So you can take down this notes, okay? For your reference, it would benefit you in future.
Ekta, I have one question. I think this question will be there common for all. So in the market, we have various ETL tool. We have Informatica, we have Matillion, which I have trained recently to all the folks. Then we have the ALTERYX. So how ALTERYX is different from all these tools, or is it on the similar line altogether? Is it very different? Like if we have a knowledge of one ETL tool, so will it become very easy for me from student point of view to learn ALTERYX? How is the case?
As far as my experience in the ETL tool, it says like ALTERYX is it's a very basic of the ETL. If you are very beginner, since people because people may be from the different educational backgrounds, right? So all of them may not have the equivalent experience in ETL tools.
Correct.
So to learn the ETL tool, first I would advise to go with the start with the learning with ALTERYX, because ALTERYX has some free certifications and it is very much demanded in the industry right now. So gaining this certification by practicing makes you perfect, right? So you can automatically have the hands-on practice on different data sets and you are automatically gaining this certification. So you're benefited in both the sides, right?
Okay.
I think that would not be facilitated by other technologies.
Okay. I think Satya has some question. He has raised his hand. Go ahead, Satya.
Even I had the same question, and added to that question, like, is Alteryx alternative to the ETL tools out there, or reporting tools, or combination of the both, or where Alteryx is exactly positioned in the market right now?
Okay.
ALTERYX is not a reporting tool. A reporting tool is different. It's a data visualization tool. Tableau and Power BI are reporting tools. So don't get confused. There's a huge difference between ALTERYX and data. So a reporting tool. So Power BI and Tableau falls under your, and Quick View. You also have Quick View. So these three falls under your reporting and data visualization tool, whereas ALTERYX falls under your extract, transform, and load. You can manipulate the data, you can play with the data, you can clean your data, you can prepare the data in however you want, and you can create workflow, but not visualization.
Okay, we can say that it is just alternative to the ETL tools like Matillion we have gone through, and Informatica. It's just an alternative to the ETL tools, right?
Yes, correct.
Thank you.
Thank you. So if you're beginner to ALTERYX, so I would suggest you to go with first of all foundation exam. So ALTERYX foundation micro credential is very good, and you can you will have more than 50 questions. Okay, when I was giving it, I was having 50 questions last year. So this year they have changed. I'm not aware of the change, and my certification is valid for 3 years. Okay, so you can also renew it by giving it again. And so first of all, go with the ALTERYX Foundation micro credential. And in that, what are the necessary questions again? Okay. So what are the necessary questions that we have? 1 second. Yeah. So we have, for example, what are the tools falls under transform, preparation and import tab. Okay, what are the tools falls under preparation and input tab, and with the help of which tool you can with the help of which tool you can import the file with pathway. That is the browse tool. Okay, so this one word answer will be there. You can import the file in the ALTERYX. Okay. In ALTERYX. So with the help, the answer would be with the help of the directory tool. You have separate directory tool in Alteryx. With the help of the separate directory tool, this is my directory tool. If I'll go here, just add first. Okay, so if I'll go here in input, I'll have this directory tool. You can see. So with the help of directory tool, it will copy my pathway. Okay, it will show my pathway where my file is located into the system. So these are the basic questions at the foundation that are asked. Okay, so foundation is not so tough, it's easy to clear. Then we have machine learning fundamentals. So right, how many of you have already expertise on artificial intelligence and machine learning?
Very few, I believe. Hardly 1% of this batch. They're very new to this.
Okay, so no worries. If you are very like if you want to learn machine learning, okay, so I'll teach machine learning as well. So machine learning is like all about the Python coding. Okay, so you just have to be your concept should have to be clear. You know how to deploy the model, how to train the model, how to test the model, okay, and how to make confusion matrix out of the model. Okay, so these things are covered in machine learning. But if machine learning is combined with the Alteryx, then we can also gain some. These are the little advanced certifications. So it is recommended since all you are beginners. So I would recommend only to go with the Alteryx Foundation micro credential exam. Okay, and you can easily trust me 100%. Then we have the Alteryx Designer Course Certification. Okay, so the Alteryx Designer Core general knowledge, data preparation, data manipulation, and data transformation all together makes your designer core certification. Okay, so you can see here. See, I don't have the rights for sign in because I have already cleared this certification. So if I'll go in here, Alteryx, I will sign in. Let's see under my portal what it shows. So you have to enter your email credentials for creating an account in Alteryx community. Okay. All of you must create this account, using a Gmail ID and credentials account in the Alteryx community. Okay. Because you will get access to all the data sets there and also to the certification guidelines. So you can see above my name pops up. So this is my certification. So you can see here. See, in my portal is showing I passed on 17 June 2023. So 6 months, I think 5, 6 months back. And then it is like the beginner exam. It contains designer co micro credential. It contains 20 questions, 30 minutes. Okay. Instead of giving separately, so what are the topics that are covered? I'll type in the chat box for your reference. You can take a notepad and you can please write these points. These are very important. Because if you don't note down the points learned in the class, you will forget it after the class ends. Data transformation. Okay. So data preparation, data manipulation, data transformation. So these three makes together your designer core certification. Designer. There are other certifications as well. So you don't get confused by seeing the Alteryx community. Oh my God, there are so much certifications. I can't do it. Don't get harassed, okay? Because you just have to clear the micro credential and designer code. So and designer code, trust me, it's very easy. So the syllabus covered it in is also like, if you see, let's go and learn. So we have different, success stories in Allfix. We have different podcast videos. Okay, so they releases weekly videos and all, and these are the community services. Okay, so these are some of the community events that have happened in the Alltricks. Okay, let me see. So these are for the micro credentials. Suppose I want to get certified in the designer desktop. This is for the designer desktop. Okay, certified. Suppose I want to get certification for designer cloud. So this is a little bit intermediate level exam above designer core certification. So it requires actually industry knowledge as well if you're working on Alteryx, like Alteryx Cloud. Okay, Tree Factor Classic Core certification. And these are Designer Cloud Tree Factor Classic Advanced. You can see administrator level exams are there. Okay. Then we have the server, Alteryx server. As in the beginning of the session, I told you we have four products of Alteryx. Alteryx Designer, Alteryx Server, Alteryx Connect, and Alteryx Promote. Okay, these are the four products of Alteryx, and you can install download the Alteryx server from here. Okay, so this is the server certification. Like in Power BI, we have Power BI service. Okay, Power BI administration, admin rights we get in the Power BI service for publishing the entire end dashboards. Right. In the same way, we have Alteryx server. If our workflow is good, we can publish it in the Alteryx main server window. Okay. So this is, you can see it's a free exam. It requires only 2 hours and with 80 questions. So Alteryx exam is very easy to take. Like I would suggest you to go and certify till here only. For those people who already have experience like 5, 6 years in the industry working on Alteryx. And Designer Co. And trust me, if you get certified in Designer Co, you can crack any interviews, any job. And you can see this workflow. So first of all, this is a very beautiful workflow. You can take a snapshot or anything of this, or you can, note down these points in your notepad. First of all, we need to get certified in foundation, and after the designer core, then comes to designer advanced, and after designer advanced comes my, can anyone tell me what comes? Am I audible?
Yes, Ekta, you're audible. Can you paste this link in the chat? Let them have a look. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the link for the certifications. Yeah, designer expert. So I have pasted the link in the chat box. So this is for the designer expert. Okay. And these exams are free. Only for the Alteryx designer expert, you have to pay USD 150, but that is not essential. As I said, till designer core, if you get certified, it covers all your 3 parts. What are those 3 parts? Data preparation, data manipulation, and data preparation. Okay. And the designer free consists of the 80 questions, and it has 2.5 hours, and it's free of cost. Any doubts still here in regarding the certifications? I'll share you the PDF. So that will guide you for the certification as well as installation of the guide for the Alteryx. Okay.
I'm one doubt here.
Yeah.
Actually, what is the difference between data preparation and manipulation?
So data preparation is how you can prepare your data, like from the different sources. Okay. Because you will be importing, yes, it's an MCQ exam, Rishabh. Yeah. So, but it will be case scenario based. Designer course certification. It will be MCQ, but it will be a scenario based. So your concept should be very clear, crystal clear. Okay. So yeah, answering to the question, like first of all, the data preparation, how you can prepare your data very manipulatively, very smartly with from different data sources. Okay. And the data manipulation, you are using the different data types, like you are using select tool, you are using data cleansing tool for data cleaning, you are removing the null values. Okay. You are removing the redundancy of the data. Okay. And then you are making a proper workflow to present to your end users or clients. Right? I hope this answers your question. Whoever asked.
Understood.
So I have shared you a PDF for downloading the Alteryx server and also the certification guidelines. Alteryx Designer Core Certification Syllabus. This guide is very important. You can see in the exam, you will have general designer knowledge and optimization covers 13%. Input output data, how you can input the data from different sources and prepare the data, 36% is given weightage. And blend data and pass it 26%, transformation is given 25%. I'll send you this PDF. This is the official guide for the end certification exam. I'll share you in the chat box. Okay, I send you the exam preparation guide also. And now I will paste the link for the installation of the designer core, Alteryx Designer desktop. Okay. So one more thing. So for the Alteryx Designer, you can use your Gmail ID. So there are desktop trial and cloud trial. Okay. So first of all, you will get the access to the 14 days free trial. So there are various options of getting it for free for the lifetime. So not so for the 1.5 year. Okay. So you will get it free. Like if you're working professional in any company, you can use your company's email, official mail ID for registering into the Alteryx and you will get it for free. Okay. And or else if you are a student of any university or college, you can use that also for the registering for the same. Okay. So I'll go for the start free trial. You will get the 14 days free trial for using the Alteryx, the desktop trial. So I'll paste this link in the chat box for your reference. Okay. And what are the student guidelines? I will just make you go through how to register for same. Alteryx student license. So the teachers will also have the free license. Okay. One second. So for the student verification, as I said, if you are a student of any university or college, you have to type your first name, last name, your personal details, university mail ID, not your Gmail mail ID. The most important part is your university mail ID. Then your country, territory, or whichever part of the country you're located, your name of the college or university, your month and the graduation year, the area of study. You are studying in which department, either from BTech or either from the commerce or either from the XYZ. And your plan of use, what is the plan of use like for duration, like 3 years, 4 years, okay? And your personal LinkedIn profile as well, okay, for recognizing you. Then you press next, okay. After pressing your next, you will get a, actually I have not entered the details, so you will get a pop-up window for uploading your student ID card. Okay, you will get a window for student ID card, and you have to, so that the Alteryx community will verify your identity for the student eligibility. So they will verify your identity and then they will give you the access free, okay, for long period. So you have to upload your student official ID card and your roll number or any unique identifier number, and you have to click on submit. Then within 10 to 15 minutes, you will get an email to your university mail ID, not to your Gmail mail ID, and you will get a verification code that you have to use and the credentials for logging into the Alteryx, and you will get the Alteryx Designer free for use. Are these steps clear? Any doubts in installation part?
Hi, Ekta, Gautam here.
Yeah.
I just wanted to ask you about the installation you told via the working email ID, right? Do we
Yes,
need to
yes.
verify something over there as well, like how we
Yes, yes.
verify
You
the
need to
certificate?
verify. You need to verify the identity for your this official mail ID as well.
Okay.
So you will get a code to whatever mail ID you put in for the download part. So for verifying your identity, then only they will give you the free access for long period of time. So the students are very on the safe side. Congratulations. So you can also use of your, the most recommendable, you can also use of your cousins, relatives and all, etc. Okay. So we have, and the most important thing, this you can get certified in very easy steps, right? For learning, you can get it for free, the certifications. So these are, and you can create many meaningful insights out of it. So first, I have also pasted the link for the student registration also on the chat box. I have pasted all the links for the installation. So I hope now some of you might have installed the Alteryx Designer into your system. So you can type here Alteryx Designer. Okay, so can you see my version in the system? It's written 2022.3. So it's written 2022. Okay, earlier it was 2020.3, so it is upgraded to 2020.3 automatically, or you can click on the upgrade button as well. You will get a pop-up actually automatically by the Alteryx. When you open this application, you will get a pop-up for upgradation. Okay. So after installing it, you can see we will have some workflows like this. We will have some windows like this. Okay. You have to install through desktop trial. So then you will have different you have different tabs in the Alteryx options. You have help also. So I would suggest you to go for, since you all are beginners, so go for the sample workflow. This tab help is very important. So you should start also exploring the small tutorials. Okay. So you have different tabs like input and view data. How can you can data source through different data sources, how you can import the data into the Alteryx, how you can transform it, okay, rows into columns and vice versa, how you can analyze the data and different other macros also. Okay. So you can build a sample workflow. Suppose I'll click on this input and browse. Okay, I'll click on this input and browse. So you can see I will get a details. So it's such a beautiful tool that we will get the details of each and every tool. So browse tool displays data from a connected tool as well as the data profile information and reporting snippets and behavior analysis. Okay. So I have this text input. So basically in my system, you can set up a connection also. So what you can do, suppose I am taking another data set, I am changing the data source. You can select the file from here. Okay. Now, and suppose I am taking city populations. So you can see I have state, city, and population, right? So now you can click on run, or you can press Ctrl R to run the workflow. Okay, so now what are the options that you have? You have record, you have city, you have state, and you have populations. Okay, now after the import, you have the browse. What you can do, either you can right click on it. Okay, either right click on it or insert after. Go to insert after and go to browse. Okay, so browse is under the input tab. So you need to remember which tool is under which tab. Okay, so you have input tab, you have preparation tab. So these are the questions that are asked under the designer course certification exam. Yes, someone is saying something.
Yes. I have a question. What is the difference between data IQ and Alteryx? Are these two same or difference is there between these two?
Can you pardon your question, ma'am?
Yes. What is the difference between data IQ and Alteryx? Are these two same or there is difference between these two?
Data IQ and ALTERYX are totally different. So ALTERYX is all about the its workflows, creating the beautiful workflows and with the ETL concept.
Can you please elaborate?
So these two are totally different concepts. So I am more towards the visualization and workflows and ETL part. But as far as my experience says, like these are different.
Okay.
Yeah. So now after creating a workflow, you have to import the browse tool. Okay, as long as you click on this.
I have a doubt. Do we need to install Designer 2023 typical or advanced one?
You have to remember each and every. You need to install typical one.
Okay.
We can discuss at the end of the session. Okay. So we'll take all the, like, if you're not able to install it, so
Ma'am, your
we'll take.
voice is so
So
breaking.
we'll look into it. Am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am, audible, but in between your voice is breaking.
Okay. So yeah, so after clicking on this, so listen to these points very carefully. These all are the questions that I'm covering, and it will be like covered in your certification exams as well. Okay, so you have to go to insert after and go to input output tab. Okay, so here you have to click on the browse. So after you click on the browse, you will have this. Once you click on the browse, you will get a profiling tool as in Power BI. If anyone has used in this batch the Power BI, he or she can interrelate very quickly. Okay, in the Power BI, we have data profiling tools, column distribution, column profiling. So for seeing the view of the each column, the statistics, it gives you statistical information about each column. So in the same way, we have the column profile tool, that is the browse tool in ALTERYX. Okay, that will give you the details of each column. So what information it is giving in state, you can see we have 1764 rows. Okay, and we have in text, how many Texas are there? 1752. How many Californias are there in the data? This means like in the state column, what are the data points that are getting repeated? How many
So that is the distinct,
times?
right?
So these are the information you will get using the, sorry?
I think.
No, I'm telling about the information.
Okay.
Information, how many times it is getting repeated. Yes. How many times it is getting repeated. Okay. So these all information I am telling in general. So I'm not going to, today's is your first class. So I'm not much dive into it, because some people may not be aware of all the topics. So I'll touch upon the basics. Okay. So what are the statistics that are telling? Like through the browse tool, you can see if I'll go down, I have this value by count, right? So 50 out of 52 values. Okay. So what are the top values? 1764 times the state is getting repeated. Okay. This means how you interpret the data, that is more important. So 1752 times the text is getting repeated. And if I click on 47 more, I will get the 47 information rows wise. Okay. You will get each and every information about each column using which tool? Using browse tool. Okay. You can see minimum 4, maximum 20. Okay, the longest and the shortest values, whatever is there. And it is all giving me the information on top of which column currently. It is all giving me the information for the state column, because I have selected the state. You can see above I'm getting a state. So if I'll select the population, I will get details of the population. Okay.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
I didn't get this part. Can you repeat, please?
Yeah. So first of all, after importing the data using import data, you have to right click on it. And after right click on it, you have to add insert after, go to insert after and choose input and output. And the input and output, you have to choose the browse options. Okay. And after using it, yes.
Can you show how to import?
It's very simple. Like if you go to the setup connection, you just have to import the file, select file, and choose any file and click on open.
So there is no restriction on any file like RK or ORC and all that, right? We can do that.
No, there is no restriction. You can connect to even the SQL server also. You can connect to any data sources.
So like in Power BI, we have some limitation, right? If the size of the file is more than 1 GB, right? So
yeah, there we have to define what kind of file we are using.
Sorry?
In Power BI, we have to define first what kind of file we are gonna open, right?
Yes. But there is a limitation, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Sorry?
That's what I'm asking to ma'am.
Okay.
So you can know there is no limitation. You can set up a connection with any data sources. Even you can import the data sources with any rows and all. Okay, so that is why it is like it's not the Alteryx designer. You means that is why it requires the license key and all, right? Because it's little bit, you have to understand, like you can import n number of rows in Alteryx. There is no restrictions, and you can import it from the any data source as well. And after importing the data set, you have to connect to the browse tool. You just have to either you can directly connect, drag and drop. Okay, it's just a drag and drop and no coding required. Okay, so no need to get afraid of the coding that you don't know coding and then blah. So you can just simply connect and create a workflow. And in the browse, if you go, you will get information about each and every column.
So my question here is, right, once we connect to the any source, right? So it will bring the data to this memory, right? Of the
Yes.
right? So is there is any limitation there?
There is no limitation. That's what I answered your question.
So my table contain 10 millions of record, right? So I have written that table I connected, right?
Yes, you can connect it.
So it will bring
But
all.
I have not dealt with till now 10 millions of records. in ALTERYX because I
Okay.
didn't had any such use requirement.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll deal with the lakhs of rows usually.
Okay.
I hope it answers your question.
I got it.
Yes. So after you import the data, you have to browse it. Okay. So browse is just similar to the data profiling tool, as many of you have already used it, right?
Yes.
Power BI, as I can make a sense of it. And in Power BI, you have somewhat known as data profiling tools, right?
Yes.
So in the data profiling tools in the view tab in Power Query Editor, you get to see your column-wise details, the statistics, the mean, max, and different other values, right?
Yes.
So those information will also be available. The browse tool is similar to the Power data profiling tool. It plays the role of a data profiling tool over here. Okay. It will give you the information about each and every column. And you can see here 29,514 records are displayed currently. And the size of the data set is 399 KB. So each and every information is displayed. Okay, so you can see like we have how Franklin City is getting repeated 28 times. Okay, Clinton is getting repeated 27 times. Okay, and how many cities are getting repeated how many times? Okay, these all information will be present in the browse. Okay, these are very simple tools. You just need to understand the concepts. That's all. And after clicking on this, you can see like the same information is again present. So in the configuration window, the profile tab displays a chart. And if you get trouble in understanding what each tool does, you just go to help tab or go to the sample workflows and you can click on the various tools. Okay, so today we would be covering some of the tools from the preparation tab and from also the input output tab. Okay, we will not touch upon the join and all because it's a little bit heavy concepts and it will be covered in the subsequent sessions. The data cleansing. Okay. So the most important tools are input and output. I'll type in chat box, input, output, preparation, transform, joins. Then you have parse. Okay. These are
Just a
the
quick question, Ekta, not to you, to all the candidates, those who have joined. Are you guys done with the installation? Any issue anyone is facing? Or is it done from your side? Or you will do it later after watching the recordings?
Yeah,
Installing, sir.
it will take time
sir.
because it's a big software. Yeah.
So those who have done, at least give me a thumbs up now. At least say yes in the chat. At least I'll come to know, right, who all have done it.
Sir, I'm Alekia. I haven't done, sir. I have tried using it 2 emails, but still I'm getting errors, sir.
What is the error?
Can you share screen and show?
Yes, you are not currently eligible to access a desktop trial. Contact your admin or ALTERYX and some email for support.
So have you used your university mail ID?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I'm using Gmail.
So with the Gmail, you will get 14 days free trial.
Okay.
Yeah. You will get the 14 days free trial, or otherwise, if you're not getting 14 days free trial, then you can ping me personally. I'll help you with the installation. Okay.
Okay.
We have the WhatsApp group, Ekta, so they will ping their comment out and you can reply it there. I have added you already.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Then it's fine. Yeah.
Yes, so that it will remain common.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Yes, you can activate trial. Typical, I have answered. Yeah. So after browsing the tool, so we have covered till browse, right? So we'll touch upon the small case study. Let's look upon the small case study. Okay, so this is a workflow that we already have right now. You can see what is the case study is telling me. So we have different data sets. I'll share you these data sets, okay, so that you can practice. Or I will give you the link also from where you can download this data set. You can just go to the ALTERYX community. You will have multiple case studies from the ALTERYX official website. You can click on this weekly challenge. Okay. If you solve this challenge, I am like giving you my words. Like you can easily clear the certifications, exams, and ALTERYX. Okay, so you can because it is posted by from the official ALTERYX company. So you can see this weekly challenge. Some of the some of the challenges are related to the index and welcome. Okay, some of the challenges are related to the football team. Some of the challenges are related to horror movies. Okay. So these you can see basically the sequence. They have already touched upon 395 challenges, approx close to 400 challenges. They have already posted on their website. And all the ALTERYX experts are guided to solve this, challenges. These good installation done. Okay. So these challenges will make you more confident. The more and more workflows you will solve, the more confidence you will gain in all.
Can you open one challenge, right? Can you show me one challenge, right? Open and show that what
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, yeah. So basically, this is all. That's what I'm saying. You like this is a part of the challenge. Okay. So
Okay.
capital gains tax. I've taken a case study from here only. So I'll paste this link. You can just go to. There are multiple challenges. So you can take any one of your choice. So currently I've taken a very simple case study because we are not here to confuse. Okay, so we will take very simple case study starting from very basic like capital gains tax. Okay, so first of all you need to understand the tax concept. As you know, all of you know, like you pay taxes to the government, right?
Yes.
Hello. Okay. So the first important question is like if you're the business problem, you need to understand this two business problem. So if you're currently selling your home, you may not be happy to learn that capital gains, like the profit from the sale of the home, are taxable in the US. Because we know, like in the Middle East, like Dubai and we have Saudi Arabia. So in the Middle East and those countries, the tax is exempted, right? So, but in India, we have to pay taxes, whereas in US, the tax system is different. The tax system in India, right? We have different tax system schemes, and in US, we have different taxes system. Okay. So, one way to reduce the amount of capital gains taxes is to use deductions. Obviously, we will use deductions. This is a weekly challenge 362. You can just download this case study from the link I have pasted in the chat box. Has all of you received the link? Just a thumbs up.
Yes.
Okay, this is challenge number 362. They have posted. The more and more challenges you will solve, the more and more knowledge and you will gain in solving this ALTERYX problems. So the business problem is we will have two possible deductions, the exclusion of gain. Okay, so first they have told if a person is earning suppose 10 lakhs in a year. Okay, we know the tax slab right now in the current financial year. We know the tax slab. So what is the tax slab? Let's understand this. 2023 tax rates, capital gains table. Okay. So we have this Excel sheet and we have different tax rates. We have 0%, we have 15%, 20%. So if a filing status is single, okay, it will fall under, the person will fall under 0% tax up to 44,625. The person will not have to pay any tax. The person will have to pay 15% tax if his income, on the next part, 44,626, 492, 300. And the remaining income would be falling under the 20% tax slab. And and for the different filing status, like if you are the head of household, if you are living jointly with your family, okay, so these are the tax rates that you need to follow. These data you don't have to remember any rates, all will be provided to you. You just have to we build a workflow in the Alteryx, okay, with the understanding of the data set. And then I will use second deduction, the capital improvements. Okay. So when my home profit exceeds the exclusion of gain, considering the deducting any capital improvements we made, right? Suppose if we sell our house, okay, we have to pay a certain percentage of our sales price to the government. Correct me if I'm wrong. Hello. Yes. So we have to pay certain percentage of our income. We are all paying of our salary income to the government, right? We are all paying taxes. So what is our challenge? We need to solve this problem using Alteryx. So our challenge is to identify which sellers will have to pay taxes on the profit that they have made from the sale of their house. Okay, in the US, this is a case study for the US country actually. Okay. So determine how much tax they have to pay to the government. Okay. So we have to identify two problems. We have to solve two problems. Which sellers have to pay and how much tax they have to pay to the government. So we have the following information. They have also, Alteryx community has also given us the source of the data set from which they have taken the source, downloaded the data. Okay, a sample data set, and use the information purchase price, at what price I have purchased the home. Okay, capital improvements, and what are the adjusted purchase price. It's a formula. No need to remember the formula. All data will be provided to you. Just understand the concept behind building this workflow. Okay. Then pay taxes. So when you will pay taxes, when the capital gains is greater than exclusion of gains, and when you don't have to pay taxes, second condition, when your capital gains is less than exclusion of gains. You have to use the tax rate LTCG table that I will give you all the data sets, no need to worry. Okay. And these are the 2023 rates that I have already given in the Excel sheet that I discussed now. Any doubts in understanding this data? Any doubts? So first we will be importing the data set. So I'll provide you these data sets in the chat box. Has majority of you installed Alteryx?
No, ma'am, we will install after the class.
Okay. So I'll not cover full case study. So we'll go slowly of the case, step by step. Okay. So this is a little bit case study.
What my suggestion, right? Can you cover this, right? At high level, we'll understand what exactly happened in the Alteryx, right? Our agenda is today's, right, to understand, right, what exactly, right? The detail we'll cover in the later, right? But we want to understand what exactly, this is our case, one problem statement, how we have resolved with the Alteryx.
Yes, correctly. That's what I'm explaining you. So without problem statement, how you will be dealing with these solutions? If you don't have the business problem, so if you don't work in the industry, how will you gain experience? It's a matter of that question, right? So unless and until you start practicing from your own hand, you won't be able to understand. If I'm giving you the start file also. Okay. I'm giving you this zip file entirely. So you can unzip it. I've given you the data sets in the chat box. Okay. So first of all, what are the steps that I taught you till now? First of all, you have to import the data set, right? So from which sources are you going to import?
मैम फॉर एग्जांपल हमने AWS के S3 बकेट में कोई डेटा पड़ा है, वो यहाँ पे हमें लोड करना है और वो स्नोफ्लेक की टेबल में जाना है जैसे हमने पहले किया हुआ है, तो वो कैसे होगा?
Actually, we are
वही
we are not
मेरा क्वेश्चन
covering
भी वही है
Snowflake
कि
and
क्या बोलते
the
हैं अल्ट्रिक्स में होता कैसे है वो
हाँ
अंडरस्टैंड करना है।
मतलब अगर हमें कहीं से डेटा लेना है, कहीं क्लाउड पे पड़ा है या फिर एसक्यूएल में भी है, फाइल तो हम आपने बता दी कि ऐसे ओपन होगी रिपोर्ट्स में जाके, लेकिन वहां से कैसे होगा?
SQL Server we will touch. See, this is a first class. You need to understand. People are not experienced as you. I have to take all the people into account, right? I can't start with the SQL installation and all in the first day. So I have to guide you each step and give an overview. And as I told you already in the beginning, like when we will be moving ahead in the subsequent session, then we would be starting with this. Okay. Without the footsteps, if I'll tell you to climb the staircase topmost 10th floor, will it be possible?
No, you're not getting what exactly I'm looking, right? I don't know others. This is the demo, right? In this demo, I need to understand how this is the problem you are given, right? How you resolve this problem through the Alteryx. I don't know anything, and I don't want to understand how, but just want to understand the pipeline will be something like this. This is our problem statement, how we resolve with the Alteryx.
And that's what I'm showing you, like how you can solve this problem. If you have any queries, feel free to ask at the end of the session. So
Okay.
not to like disturb other participants who are listening.
Okay.
That's my suggestion.
Sure.
Okay. Thanks a lot. So now you're going to import the data. Okay. So after importing the data, you have to import the data from, as I've already given you the CSV file. Okay. You have to set up a connections. So search for the file name sellers info. Let me see. Let's see. Where is sellers info? Home expenses. Just go here. Go to download. Okay. Yeah. So in the downloads, I have the sellers info. One second. Yeah, sellers info. Click on open. So you have uploaded the data set. Now you will browse the tool. Okay, you browse and connect, make a connection between these two. So after connection, you press Control R and you can see the workflow. Right. So what is the seller's info telling you? You have record ID, you have seller's information, purchase price, seller's price, total income, and the filing status of the people. Okay, 5 records display and the size of the data set is also given. In the same way, you have to import one more data set. You have to import the home expenses. Okay. Home expenses. And then you have to connect to this browse tool. Now, suppose if I want to see the data preview, you press Control plus R. Okay, you can see the data preview. The home expenses data is visible. Like you have seller's home expenses, you have amount and whether the person is taxable or not. So true and false. So true stands for if a person has to pay tax. If false stands for if a person does not have to pay tax. If a person is not taxable. Okay. And what you can do, go to documentation. Yes. So these are the queries I was looking for actually. So people are directly jumping into cloud and all. So rather than import, they don't know the importing Excel and CSV files. So see, yes, ma'am. So actually you just have to set up a connections. Okay, go to files, select files, and you will get navigated to your downloads and documents. and just go to the seller's info and home expenses. Okay, whichever file you have to import, and then you can click on open, and then you can drag and drop the browse tool and make a connection between these two tools. Is it clear? And then suppose you want to make a documentation. Yeah, this tab is disturbing. So suppose you want to make a tool container, just make a tool container. What you can do is, okay, under this container, if you're not speaking, I'll request you to mute. Please mute. So under this container, you have to fix this. Okay. You can just drag and drop, or you can increase the size. I'll remove this right now. Okay.
So Ekta, what are these containers used for?
Containers is just for better presentations. When you have multiple workflows, it's better to go with the container. It will just make, just as in this case, if I'll tell you, in this case, we have container in the solution. This is a container.
Okay. For Acha, got it.
It will store all your tools at one place for better presentation of the workflows. How you can document properly your workflow. That's the most important. Okay, so after getting the inputs, what you have to do, you have to 2023 tax rates also you have to import it. So I'll again use the input data. Okay, I'll set up a connection. Go to 2023 tax rates and you will have one pop-up. Okay, select a sheet one. Or either you will have multiple options for importing. Either you can select a certain range, like from which cell number in the Excel sheet you want the, and this option is not available in the case of CSV files, right? But it is applicable in the case of XLS files format, right? So if you have to give a certain range, okay, then you have to specify the sale number or import only the list of sheet names. So these are the options that are available right now. I will be clicking on sheet 1 and my entirely data will get imported. Then you have to drag and drop the browse tool again over here. You can see I'm getting a pop-up down like 2023 tax rates, capital gains taxes available. It's uploaded, right? Is there any doubts in importing and previewing the data? We will go slowly with the data types as well in ALTERYX, the data types in ALTERYX. I am not able to import the data. Okay. So what is the problem that you are facing, Gaurav, in importing the data?
Ma'am, it's not showing my system files where I downloaded.
Have you installed ALTERYX Designer?
Yeah.
Can you share your screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you have actually you have taken wrong tool, text input tool. In text input tool, you have to manually create the data. You can't import directly the data using text input. You have taken wrong tool. You have to import use input data.
Input data. This.
Yes. Can you please mute yourself if you are not speaking?
Ma'am, what is the difference between input data and text input?
The input data will directly upload your data from the system, okay, using any data sources. But text input, you have to manually type the data. You have to manually create the data set in ALTERYX.
Okay, ma'am. It's coming.
Now it's coming. Now you right click on this tool.
Then, ma'am.
You can browse, use browse option, drag and drop browse options, and you go to insert after. Insert after, go to input and output. Yes, and go to browse.
Okay.
Yes, it will automatically build a reel. Now you press Control R to see the preview of your data set.
Okay.
Okay.
It's showing. Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
So after uploading the 3 datasets, now we have to calculate the capital gains and determines the total exclusion. Total exclusion is nothing but the total deduction for each seller. So in the preparation tab, okay, I will be using the select tool. Go to select and bring it here. Okay. So now you have to make a relation between the seller. Now what you have to do, you have to make a connection between the sellers and the select. Then only the table will come. Now you can see I have different types of tables. Okay. So we'll go to the PPT once to explain you the data types in Alteryx. So these are the important Alteryx data types. So please carefully listen all the data types because these are the MCQs which will be asked in each and every point in the case will be asked in your certification exam. Okay. So in the certification you won't have the cloud. Okay, you can't connect. You can connect, but you will not be asked the question on the cloud. Okay. So the basic understanding, the fundamental concepts, if it is not clear, you will not be able to clear the exams. So what are the different data types that are present in the Alteryx? In Alteryx, you have string, you have W string, V string, and VW. By default, we will have the VW. Okay. So what is the, see, in the string, we have different characters. So the length of the characters is limited, right? So according to the each character, we will have different data types. So string is for fixed length, suppose 8192. Then the examples of it's limited to 8192 characters. Okay. What are the examples? Any string whose length does not vary much from the value to value and only contains the simple Latin characters. Okay. And it is recommendable to have most of strings as variable length strings. This is because the fixed length strings reserve space. It consumes the space. Okay. For the specified number of characters and variable length strings use only the amount of storage needed for the data in that cell. Okay. So that is why it is recommendable to have V string. Okay. So V is like variable length. Okay. The length of the field adjusts to accommodate the entire size string within the field. Okay. Let's go and change the data type. It is already in V string. I don't have to change it. Then what are the data types that I need to change over here? What are the data types that I need to change? I need to change the purchase price. Okay. So I need to change the data type of the purchase price. What will be the data type for the purchase price? First of all, it is numerical or categorical?
Numerical.
Nice. It will be numerical and it will be the data type would be double. Double is nothing but the other name for the numerical. So don't get confused by saying the double. Okay, it will be numerical. The size is 8. Okay. And maximum it can take 8 integers. And the maximum it can take 254 characters. Okay, then we have the selling price. So in the selling price,
One quick question here. V string stands for varchar, right?
Yes, variable.
It's varchar. Okay.
So then we have the selling price. So selling price would be in the doubles. Okay. The maximum size limit you can see it can take up to 8 integers. And then we have total income will also be in the double. Okay. You can also rename the columns. I'll tell you how you can add description and renaming. So V string again it will fall under the V string. It is very strange. Okay. Now, how you can rename the column? So suppose if you want to rename the column, you can just rename the column from here. Okay. Suppose let me see in the filing. So I am changing the filing status. Okay. I am changing the filing from filing to I'm changing it to filing status. Then I'm adding a description also. Suppose I want to add a description. What is the column is telling me? It contains the status of filing of each seller. Okay. Now you control R. You will get the result reflected in your output. Run it. Yeah, this is the input and output tabs. I have given the input this file. Okay. And here you can see the output. You can see my column name is changed. Okay. My column name is changed and records I have. These are the 5 records I have. And these are the sellers and purchase price, sales price and total income and the filing status. Okay. And this is the data that we can see. Suppose I click on metadata. In metadata, I will also get the source and the description. See what are the differences between the data and metadata. I'll type in the chat box. So these are the very important questions that will be asked in your certification exams. What are the differences? Between data and metadata. Okay, what are the differences between data and metadata? So we can see like the source of the file is mentioned of my system and also the description of the column. Okay, is also mentioned. And if we want to change the column name, you can also right click on it, go to data. Okay, right click on these dot. You can also filter and sort. Suppose I want to sort it according to the ascending. Okay, I'll click on apply. It will sort according to the ascending. Okay, and suppose if I want to sort it descending, you can do vice versa and filter if you want to give a particular condition. Then you can choose, suppose I want to get display only for the 38,000 record and click on apply. 1 second. Cancel data manipulation. Go to filter. It was actually 3,80,000. I have typed 38,000. So if I want to see the data for 3,80,000, you will get the data for 3,80,000 specifically. And you can, this is known as the data manipulation. Okay. These are the steps for the filter, sort, and how you can use the data cleansing. These are all part of the, tell me, these are all part of the, this will be asked in your MCQ. And if you don't have the basic steps, you will not be able to create workflows. And these are part of the dash. No, it's not preparation. Anurag is correct. Krishna is correct. Yeah, these are all part of the data manipulation. So, and then what you can do, you can cancel. Okay, since I've already did, so I'll cancel it and it will get back to your original data set. Okay. So in this way, you can use other filter options. Suppose if you want to use, you can either filter from this or either you can drag and drop the filter from the preparation tab as well. Okay. So suppose if you want to make it greater than equal to, I'm putting a particular condition. So I want the data greater than equal to 6 lakhs. Okay. I'll click on apply. So I will get all the data greater than equal to 6 lakhs. Okay. You can put multiple filter conditions and you can also replace the null data. In this, I don't have any null data currently. So it won't make any sense cleaning this. This is already a clean data right now. Okay. So some data may have null value. So in that case, you can use the data cleansing from here. You also have data cleansing in your preparation tab. So this is your data cleansing. You can also drag and drop and clean your data. Is it clear? Any doubts still here? Then I will drag and drop a formula bar over here. Okay, in the formula tab, what you have to do, you have to just add column. You have to give the column name as capital gains. Now you have to calculate the total capital gains. Okay, so what is the formula for calculating the gains? What is the formula in general for calculating the profit? Now, what is the formula for calculating the profit? Sales minus cost. Very good. So you will be using the selling price that I already have in the data set. Yes, that you already. Please mute yourself if you're not speaking. So selling price, automatically it will take your data purchase price. Okay. And I will change the data type. So I will change the data type to double since it is my integer. Okay. Or either you can use the double. It's recommended to use double in general. Okay. I have already changed the data type. Now you can click on run button. Now you can see what is the output I'm getting. I'm getting capital gain column extra at the end. Okay. So I've calculated the capital gains. Now I will drag and drop another formula toolbar over here. Okay. Now what I need to calculate total exclusion. That is total deduction of tax. Total amount that is to be deducted from the income. So that the tax liability of the person becomes less. So I'm giving a particular if condition using if statement. If okay, so here you can see I am already getting if C less than end if. So I have to use if statement over here. If my filing status, I have renamed the column so don't get confused. If my filing status is single, then 2,50,000 it will be deducted. Else 5 lakhs. End if. You will end your statement with end if. Okay, and you will change the data type again to double and you will run this formula. Now, what is the output you are getting over here? You are getting another column, extra column, that is total exclusion. So, what is the total amount of excluded amount that we are getting? 2,50,000 will be excluded for this seller. Okay, maximum like Janet and Jerry and other two people are there for maximum deduction would be 5 lakhs. Okay, and how we are getting this deductions? We already have this tax slab. Okay, we already have this tax slab. So we have to give conditions like that. In general, also right now in the current financial year, our tax slab is going like up to 2,50,000 is exempted, and up to next 5 lakhs also it's exempted, right? Is it clear the different formulas? Then we have to give a filter condition. Okay. We have two types of filter. We will be using the custom filter. So for the custom filter, we would be giving if capital gains is greater than total exclusion. Total exclusion. You just press run button. What is the output that you are getting? What is the output in true and false you are getting? You can see my capital gains is greater than total exclusion. Okay, in the true. But in false, it will be opposite. My capital gains will be less than the total exclusion. In the false, you can see which are the two persons whose capital gains is less than total exclusion. These are the two persons, right? In the true, I have capital gains greater than total exclusion. Means the gains amount is greater than. So the balance they will have to pay tax. 1 lakh, 12 lakhs minus 5 lakhs, and the balance they will have to pay tax to the government. Okay. I am giving a particular filter condition over here. Is it understandable? Or is there doubts? How we can calculate total capital gains, how we have determined the total deduction for each seller. Yeah, sure. So custom filter is basically you have to give a particular condition according to the business requirement. Okay, business problem. So in this case, I have given the particular condition as if capital gains is greater than total exclusion. So how many falls under this? You can see only 3 records falls under this and 2 records does not fall under this. The capital gains is less than total exclusion. But I have 3 records which have capital gains greater than total exclusion. Any doubts? Yeah. So we will see other data types as well. So we have numeric data types that we have already seen. Integer 16 is, but it will limit your, I'll slide show. Yeah. So numeric data types is basically are the we have integer 16, int 32, we have 64 up to 64. We have this will cover up to 8 bytes. Okay, the size of the numbers would be 8 bytes. Then we have fixed decimal. So there are several different numeric data types, including integers, decimals, floats, and doubles, as I already told. Okay. So these are the numeric data types that are not adjustable. Some numeric data types are not adjustable in length. So it is always recommendable to go with the double. Okay. The general data type for the numeric column. So what are the date and time data types? We have date, we have time, we have date and time. Like you can see, we have in general, we have YYY, Okay, these are the hours, minutes, and seconds. Okay, for example, if I want to convert a particular date time. So the length range of double is up to 8 bytes. It takes into consideration all the INT 12, 36, and 64. Satyam, Manikanta, someone asked me this question. I hope it answers your question. Yeah. Then we have the date and time, different other data types. We'll slowly touch upon each and every data type and we'll perform in future sessions. Okay. I'll share you this PPT and notes. No need to worry. Okay. Then you have one. One second. Then. Yeah.
Ekta, if you want to take a short break of 5 minutes, you can, since you have been speaking continuously.
Yeah. Fine.
Drink some water and you can come back always.
Yeah, okay. We can take a break of 5 minutes.
Yeah, 5 minutes we can take. Yeah. It's 9:30, 9:35, we can be back.
Yeah, sure.
Till then, I'll address you all. So those who are enrolled for this ALTERYX from the previous Master Data Analytics course, or those who are very new to ALTERYX, right? So those who are the existing candidate into this course from the Master Data Analytics course, it should be easy for you because you are coming from the Matillion point of view. Matillion already I have discussed. If you have practiced Matillion, things should be easy for you. I know the interface looks entirely different from Matillion, but things will remain the same. Here input output is exactly different. There it was much easier. So don't expect all the tools to be same. Similar line, if you know Tableau, Power BI entirely will be different on similar line, but the concept wise it remains the same. Here and there the buttons, the connectors will vary, right? So practice, you need to practice here on ALTERYX. The best part of ALTERYX, I would say, is the free certification, which you don't have in the Matillion. Only one certification you have, which will cost you 100 USD, but here this is entirely free. right? So practice and grab the certification. Anyhow, Ekta is there. She will teach you the entire workflow. Use case he has already started. I think a lot has been covered in the first class, but it's fine. You can relate it. I want to know from the folks who were not there in the material class, are you guys facing any issues in understanding this? Feel free to speak up. This course is just meant for you. So you have to speak up. Are you facing any issue in understanding? Those who were not part of Matillion, I am asking to those candidates first of all. Who has unmuted? Please go ahead if you want to speak. Come on, quick. Any issue you are having? No, you won't speak. See, बोलोगे नहीं तो कैसे पता चलेगा फिर? You have to speak, right? डॉक्टर पास जाओगे, अगर नहीं बताओगे कि क्या तकलीफ है तो कैसे पता चलेगा? Tell whatever you have the pain areas. You are able to understand whatever she has covered. Pace was slow, pace was fast. So you can let me know here in the chat. If you don't want to speak, it's okay. But जब तक बोलोगे नहीं पता कैसे चलेगा? Tell. Those who are very new to ALTERYX, or what are the expectation? Pace is perfect. Okay. Or I think Hemant was having some questions, and even Vicky, I think you were asking some question. Yeah, Hemant, are you there?
Yeah, yes, Anand. Hi.
1 second before you ask, 1 second. Ekta, are you listening? Even if you are on a break, I want you to listen. Whatever.
Yes, I'm listening.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead, Hemant.
Yeah, hi, this is Hemant. I have 2 years of experience in using ALTERYX in my day-to-day life in my office. I have a couple of questions, whether these are the part of the course or not. Just want to clarify. Like
Sure.
will you cover things related to macros or developer tools?
We would
And
be
like
covering by the end of the last week of the this course.
and also related to tool optimizations, like if you have shown the browse tool, but in day-to-day life we work with nearly 1 billion of data for single workflow. It runs around 8 hours, 9 hours, 8 hours, 9 hours. If I use those types of tools, it like it takes so much of temporary memory. Like, will you cover how to manage that memory management?
Memory management, actually, it's a separate advanced topic.
Okay, and
Yeah.
okay, and one more thing is I have specific direct use case. Every week I need to run one workflow. I receive one file from the client, customer file from the client through FTP. Till now, what we are doing is we manually transferring that file to local machines using FileZilla or some other tools, uh, and grabbing that to ALTERYX. But what what I want is, can we automate this directly picking file from ALTERYX and running the flow and writing that output file to other FTP?
We can write a code, or we can automate it using macros also.
Is it
So
possible?
yeah,
Did you understood my use case? Like, we need to change the file names also, output file names with some specific format. If this is the week one, the output file name contains this is the week one, and the new folder has to create in the machine, and that file has to post in the FTP.
Yeah, like you have to automate the entirely this process.
Yes, yes. This thing has to run for nearly around 13 or 14 weeks, like 1 quarter. This is the sequence.
Okay, I got your point. So you can use macros for automating this.
Okay.
But you have to build a logic. But you have to very clear with your logic.
Yeah. But will you help me in that that use case specifically?
Yeah, but so you can ping me on the group or in the in my WhatsApp number. Okay, I am already there in the group. So you can ping me personally, so I can guide you. Yeah, because taking that use case and explaining in the class, it will be difficult for other people because some people are new to. I think majority of the people are new to Alteryx.
Yeah, yes, yes.
So that is the thing.
And one more thing is, irregularly, we take files from different sources, like from S3, from
S3
other
bucket. Yeah.
DB, yes, from other DBs, and we read data from Snowflake, write outputs to Snowflake. But no, recently, what happened was the admin team removed the access of Snowflake directly.
Okay.
They gave SSO logins. Using SSO logins, it is not possible to connect input to Alteryx and writing to Snowflake. How this can be overcome?
S3 bucket. Okay. So
Not
actually, yeah.
Snowflake. We have a driver where we have a given username, passwords, and required details, and configure that driver, Snowflake driver, and we are successfully reading the data from Snowflake. And after running the flow, we are successfully writing that output to the Snowflake. But recently, what happened was the admin team got removed the access to Snowflake using username and passwords. They gave access using SSOs. Using
Oh,
SSOs, we are unable to configure the driver. How this can be overcome? Any idea on this?
okay. So the credentials have already been changed right now, right?
Yeah, yes,
So,
yes.
okay. So you are getting difficulty in importing the data.
Yeah, we are making it in we are achieving this in other form, but the number of steps are increasing by following the present way. But in the past, it is very simply, as we configure the driver, we simply write the query in the input, and we easily fetching the data.
I have to see that, then only I can, give the solution. But as far as I know, this can also be solved using macros. Okay,
Mhm.
let me see into like deep into that. Okay, so you can like because with the code itself, you for with the macros also you can like automatically it will navigate. You can give the pathway wherever the file is located into a local system, and it will automatically pick up the data without user credentials and all. You have to build a code dynamic code, right? So I'll we can look into this like when we'll can connect later this your business problem.
Yes, yes, sure. I just want to know what is the free time that we can connect any specific time
You can say me hi, then we can discuss and fix the time and discuss.
in the WhatsApp.
Yes.
Sure, sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Anand. Thanks for bringing the course.
No worries,
Thank-
Hemant. You can connect with her. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Ekta.
So we'll complete some of the facts. So we have already completed till the okay capital gains and exclusion. Okay. Is there any doubt still here? I would be connecting since right now I've already connected only the seller's info table. Okay. So now I would be connecting I would be taking the select tool. One sec. Now, which Excel sheet I need to make a connection? Which data I need to make a connection between this input and select tool? I will make a connection for the home expenses and the select. And in the same way, I have to check the data types for that. This also. So what I need to do for the sellers, it is V string. For the home expenses, it is V string. For the amount, it is double. Okay. Then for the taxable, it will be Boolean. Why it is Boolean? Can anyone tell me? No. It will be Boolean because it is categorized whether you are taxable or not. Yes or no. Okay. That is true or false. And when you will click on run, like see what are the outputs you are getting over here. So you are getting the outputs. You can see the outputs, like I have changed the data types already. Now I'm getting the outputs as the correct data type. Sellers, home expenses, amount and taxable. Now you will be using the filter condition over here. Okay. Just go down. Or you can drag here. Okay. Now I have to see which people are taxable. So I will choose basic filter and give the condition as true. Okay, I will run the workflow. Please mute yourself if you're not speaking. Srinivasan. Okay, so now if I'll go into true, you can see when I'm going into true, what are the, you can see I'm getting the information of those people who are paying taxes to the government, right? And in false, I will be getting those people who are not paying the tax, who are not taxable, and hence they are not paying taxes to the government. Okay. So you have to use filter condition, and you can use different other options for giving the filter condition, the sellers and the home expenses as per the requirement. Now you have to drag and drop using the transform. You have to drag and drop the summarize. Okay. So how many people are paying taxes? I have to summarize it, right? I have to summarize it. You can see the sellers. I am having the sellers. The data type is V string. Home expenses. The data type is V string. Amount is double. Taxable is boolean. Now I want to group it. Okay. So what I need to choose from here? Group by. Okay. Sellers, I'm grouping by sellers. Now you will go to the amount column. In the amount, you will be taking in action, you will be taking the sum. Okay. I want the sum. And capital improvement. Okay. So you will rename this column as capital improvement. Capital improvement. Okay. I am grouping it on the basis of the sellers. Okay. And because I want to calculate the total capital improvements. That is the reason I'm grouping it. So I'll just click on run. So when you click on run, what is the output that you are getting? You are getting output as these are the capital improvements for the 4 sellers. Okay. And you have grouped it on the basis of the sellers. And in input, you can see you have given this input, and in output, we will be getting the capital improvements grouped on the base. And this is the sum of all the person. Okay. So you can see this person is having expenses under different new kitchen. She's also building, she's purchasing something else. Okay. Now also, okay, she also have other expenses. Great. So summing up, it is coming 1,25,000. Can you sum up these 4, 5, 6 values? 35,000 plus 80,000 plus 10,000. What it comes? 1,25,000 total capital improvement. So I am making a grand total. I am making a sum total of all the people, of all the 4 sellers, according to their home expenses. Using which tool? Using the summarize tool. That is, I'm grouping them on the basis of specific expenses that they are incurring. Is it clear? Any doubts till here? And my summarize tab is present under which tool is present under which tab? The transform tab. So you should remember all these questions for your, these are the very basic questions. Actually, what summarize tool does, what transpose tool does, what is the like feature of running tool, how your problem can be solved using running tool, etc. Is there any doubts? And or we can start the join from the next session. So by clicking on add, we will have the different functions. Suppose I want to make a count of it. Okay. Suppose I don't want to make a sum. I want to make a count for the amount. Okay. So I will just click on amount and the seller's total count. Okay, it was on the sellers actually. What I can do, I can remove it. Just go to amount. Actually, you can count the sellers. So you can make a count of it, the sellers count. You can type here total sellers count. Okay, now you click on run. You can see the sellers count. So this seller is getting repeated 3 times. This seller is getting repeated 1 time and this seller is getting repeated 2 times. In the input you can see. So it is giving me the correct count. Right? So you can perform many functions. Suppose I want to take the maximum expenses. I can take a maximum expenses maximum. Now you press Ctrl R to see the output. Okay, in the output, what is the maximum amount for this person is 80,000 because she is incurring maximum in new kitchen in the home expenses. Okay, in this way you can get the maximum amount and different other functions are there. You can also get the mean and the first and last and distinct, count distinct. And you can also get there is no null values in my dataset in case of this dataset, so you will not get any info for the null. Okay. How to deal with null values, how to perform data cleansing tasks, it will be explained by the next session. Any doubts still here in this summarize of the group by tab? Any doubts? We can move with the joins. Okay. So let's touch upon the basics of join. So I would be joining the first tool with the next tool. So you can see we have left join, we have join, the inner join, and we have the right join. These 3 join types. So let's first, before going into the deep data set, let's first understand the concept of 3 joins. Okay. Then we can touch upon the data. Left join, what it will do? There are 2 tables. Okay. Let's take a page.
Ekta, you can directly jump to the workflow. These guys are pro in joins. I have taught them. So you won't be having any doubt in that. Everyone knows.
Okay.
Just proceed with the workflow.
So now you have to join the 2 tables. So this true that which are the capital gains. So for example, if I have the capital gains greater than exclusion, so I would be getting the result in true, right? The person those who have to pay taxes actually, whose capital gains are actually greater than the total exclusion, right? So I have to drag and drop and connect to the left. 1 second, I'll connect to the left. That's connected to the right. Delete connection. Connect to the left. Or you can connect here to the left as well. Where does not meeting connect? One second. Delete connection. Okay.
Sorry to interrupt.
You
A
can
small
delete.
request to you.
Yes. 1 second. Let me make this connection. It should be right. Okay.
No, it is regarding connections only. Can you please give the overview of joins.
Yes. Actually, that's what I was saying. Joins. So let's first first explain you what the left join is. Okay. So let's first take a small circle over here. Okay. I'm taking another circle. So you can see we have two tables. This is my left table. This is my right table. Okay. So in the two tables, if you see, we have some common part that is common in both the left and the right tables, right? So in the left join, what happens? The common part and the remaining residual in the left part, you will get in the output. Okay. Suppose, for example, you have, let's take a notepad, empty notepad. Suppose you have in the left table customer ID, you have customer name. Okay. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4 records. Okay. And in the customer name, you have B, you have C, you have D. These are the 4 records that I am having, unique records in left table. And in the right table, suppose I am having customer ID. Okay. I am also having customer name. I am having the price of the product the customer is purchasing, the product name and the product category and blah, blah, blah. Okay. So I have 1, 2, 3. I don't have 4 over here. Okay. 3 is getting repeated. So I am having 1. Okay. I'm having B over here. I'm having C. Okay, then I'm having C again. So the price would be, suppose for example, it's 30, it's 40. Okay, it's 50, it's 60, anything, the price. And then we have XYZ. So now suppose if I'll join these two tables on the basis of the left join. Okay, so what is the common records that I will get displayed? I will get 1, 2, 3, the ABC information I will get displayed. I will get what are the columns? I will get customer ID, customer name, of course. Okay. I will get product name, product category. But what are the information for which customer IDs I will get the information? That's the question. I will get for 1, 2, 3 and also 4. But in 4, I will not get the values for product name and category. I will get null values. Because for the 4th record, I don't have any data in the right table. Right? Is it clear, the left outer join? The person who asked. And similarly is the case for the right outer. So if I'll use the right outer join, so I will not get the null values in that case. I will get all the values for one, since in the right table, the common columns I have 1, 2, 3. Okay, I will get all the records for 1, 2, 3. And I will also get the corresponding information, the product name, product category, price, and the customer name. But I won't get null values in case of right join. And in case of inner join, you will get only the common records. Is it clear? So in the same way, in ALTERYX also you have this joins. Under join, you can make union. Union is nothing but it will take commonalities plus also the residuals between the two tables. Okay, you can use fuzzy, like if your data is like we will deal with this later on. And you can append fields is very important. Okay, how you can append the two different tables. Okay, how you can join the two tables, how you can make a group into that. Is it clear? We'll start from the joins in the next class. Okay. We are just left with the little bit of the workflow. We'll join and then we can get out the output. Okay. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Ekta, one quick question. Whatever the transformation we are applying in this case study, where exactly that transform data will get loaded? Are we loading it somewhere, any external environment? Later on, if we connect, say, like any Snowflake, MySQL or Oracle, so where exactly we are pushing this transform data?
We are using it for, like, it will be pushed into the, you can say, into the cloud. Okay. We will be publishing the workflow in the cloud, ALTERYX cloud. We have separate software that is ALTERYX cloud.
No, I'm talking about external. Like I have taught them Matillion also. So they see how this, my question is how this ETL tool works. Why the reason of this ETL tool came into picture? We have certain source where data will come into picture. It can be AWS, Snowflake, any XYZ. Then this Matillion tool is like an engine which transforms, which do something, cleaning or whatever we are doing. Then the transform data will be loaded to somewhere, right? Destination. So I want to know what is the destination here? Is it ALTERYX server? As you mean to say?
It is ALTERYX cloud actually.
Achha, ALTERYX cloud you mean to say? But we can connect to the external source, right?
We can connect to the external. If you want to export the data and get stored in external sources, yeah, you can.
Okay. ठीक है.
Okay. Is there any other doubts? And with regards to the installation part, some people had doubts. You can share screen. In the meanwhile, we'll solve your doubts for the installation part as well. Anyone has doubts regards to the installation part?
मैम ये स्टूडेंट email ID ही चलता है क्या?
Yes, you have to. No, there are various options. Either you can use your student ID. Okay, if you are a student, or you can use your cousins or friends who are a student, or you can use your company's email ID as well.
But what in case if we are not neither student nor a working professional?
You will get the 14 days free trial, no worries. And if in that case that expires, then you can create another Gmail account. You can use that also for practicing ALTERYX. Since I think if you're not working, if you're not student, then since you will be needing an ALTERYX to practice, then you will have to use that Gmail option. Because after you attend the certification, you can easily go into any corporate, and then in that case, if you get into the any corporate with the ALTERYX certification, you can easily get your official mail ID and you can use it for a long period of time.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Any doubts? If you have doubts with regards to installation, you can screen share and we can like see into it and solve the issues. I'll advise you to solve one by one, start solving these weekly challenges. And these are from the official ALTERYX community. They post weekly challenges every time. If you participate in this, you can easily gain the certification. And have an hands-on all the tools and technologies. What does each tool do in ALTERYX? If no doubts, we can wind up the session.
Are we done, Ekta, with the session? Then I'll stop recording.
Yes. The joins, like we will cover from the next.
Yes, no issue.
Hello. Hello, Anand.
Yeah, I'm there. Go ahead.
Is this a daily session or any specific weekday?
No,
or
weekend. Saturday, Sunday, 8 to 10.
No, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
Anyone has any doubt, any concern, any question for Ekta? You can go ahead and ask. No. If you don't have question, don't drop. I need to talk to you all. Yeah. Just be on the here. I think Ekta, they don't have any question. I think you can drop off. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the session. Yeah.
Thank
you,
you.
ma'am.
Now, guys, next section we'll have on Saturday directly.
Thank you. Also, you don't have Diwali holidays next week, no?
Next Saturday, Sunday is Diwali, I think. So
Yes.
Sunday we might have to give holiday. We'll see. We'll discuss Ekta and we'll inform them. No worries.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
One second. Let me share this. So, folks, those who are watching live from across YouTube or LinkedIn, so I've shown you the syllabus. Again, I'll show you. So if you have not enrolled in this course, you can go ahead and enroll straight away. So this is all the syllabus which you see. It's here. If you feel that any particular topic has to be taught, feel free to ping me in person, either on LinkedIn or anywhere, or in the WhatsApp group, those who have enrolled. So from the next session onward, there won't be any live streaming. So this is the first session. That's the reason I'm live streaming. We already have one Matillion tool, and next is the ALTERYX. If you master both these tools, both these certification, straight entry at Coforge. That's the guarantee I can give you. Matillion and ALTERYX, if you have into the picture, doesn't matter if you're experienced or not. I'll make sure you have a straight entry, but certification is required. Then only. Okay. So finish off your Matillion certification and then start with the ALTERYX. Yeah, both these tools, keep it in your hand and your profile will outshine. So thank you all for those folks, those who are watching me live. Feel free to subscribe to Analytics with Anand channel. I'll see you next time. And if you have any concern, do let me know. Okay. You can reach out to me in LinkedIn, WhatsApp, anywhere. Okay. So bye-bye. Take care. I'm stopping the live streaming.